Everybody, welcome. Your saltwater guide, Captain Dave Hansen. We got Captain Al Clowers and Captain Justin Botrell both joining us from a great weekend of hanging out. Justin's just recovering from pneumonia or the flu or gosh only knows what. His little guy Madden's been sicker than heck for 3 weeks. So we got Justin here though. He's here with us, so that's all good. And Big Al just off of the water with his grandkids. I can't wait to hear all about that. But it's Promar Ahi USA Tuesday. Or Monday. What am I saying? I'm already trying to give us Tuesday already. I want to see that rain. But yeah, it's Monday and it's Promar Ahi USA Monday. We'll be talking Promar products. Those two guys you see over there on my side, those guys fish Promar products all the time. And we'll be talking Promar. Hopefully Brian joins us here after a crazy show up in Long Beach. We'll talk about that a little bit maybe. But we got the PCS show. And maybe Pablo will make a guest celebrity appearance, which would be pretty cool since he's got all of our stuff in his garage. We're hoping he shows up. But welcome, Captain Al. Welcome, Captain Justin. How you guys doing? Al, what happened this weekend? I'm trying to get the pictures up on the screen.
Oh, I had a grandkid trip. Obviously, this time of year, the grandkids take up the days that they're out of school and want to go fishing with their grandpa. They would go if I let them get out of school every day. But I took 3 of them yesterday because Benjamin, the oldest, the 11-year-old, broke his foot. So he's in a cast. But
oh, dang.
Yeah, the 3-year-old last trip and this trip, and he's fishing all by himself, and he came out of the gate winning, swinging yesterday and the last trip. So he caught the first fish, got a nice big old sculpin, and we caught some spotties and some lizard fish and some big old smelt. Those jack smelt, man. When I was halibut fishing back there, I was seeing a bunch of marks on my meter and a bunch of schools going through. And I'm like, man, I got to catch one of these, see what they really are, because I didn't really know what they were. They looked like bass to me. But they were those huge jack smelt. I mean, they're big. And I got on them yesterday with a little tailspin. They were eating that thing. But overall, good day, nice and calm. It was probably pushing 70 degrees. Glassy most of the morning, and there's nothing like spending the time in the Stringari or the Riviera with those grandkids, man. They come running out of the house. I'll take a video for you one day. They come running out of the house with their life jackets snapped, zipped, and ready to rip. Dude, they jump in the car yesterday I took them in the Honda car. I said, hey, you guys got to take those off for a minute. You're not going to fit in here. But yeah, that's a crack up,
Well, I got a video, but Justin and I are dying to know, what do jack smelt mark like on the photometer? They look like calico bass or something?
They're tight schools. They're tight schools like little bonita or calicos when they're really tight. They look like a largemouth bass, actually.
Oh, wow. Crazy.
Largemouths in the wintertime, they school up really hard, and it's a bunch of spaghetti.
Captain Al's grandkids fishing yesterday.
Keep them coming.
Oh, that guy is
Keep him coming. Look at that guy. Yeah, keep him coming. Keep going. Keep going.
Come on, Carter.
Look at that guy.
Yeah, rockfish.
Oh, he's got it.
One, huh? Yeah, 1 point for you now, too?
Yeah.
All right, cool. The first one again? Good job, boy. Yeah.
Nice. Looks like they had a blast.
Yeah, it was fun fishing. Fun time with them. Those guys will fish for anything.
Absolutely. Well, that's
just like
anything.
Us.
In the back bay, it could be anything. It's quite amazing.
I started doing like a little knot tying seminar with them around Christmas, and I've been over there a few times. And I got word the other day. I'm like, hey, what's up with your knots and stuff? Oh, we haven't been doing it. My mom and dad won't let me get the rods down because we make too much of a problem. So I'm going to have those kids over here once or twice a week in the evenings and do little sessions with them.
Yeah, hold on one second. Matt, our Mike Lewis, Justin was telling me that the other day. Kelly girl was telling me every single person that's watching, stars have been turned back on. I want to thank you all from the past that gave us stars. Stars are a thing that Facebook allows you to give us if you enjoy our content. Yeah, you have to purchase them. You have to go into Facebook and you have to purchase the stars. And then you can sprinkle the stars out on Justin's live shows, on Captain Al and I when we're talking on the podcast. The stars, I don't know why they turned them off, but they did for a while. But the stars are back. And Mike Lewis had the longest streak of giving stars. So challenge right now. Mike Lewis just put out a challenge. See who can keep up with him. Giving stars every day was Mike's thing. And then when we went to Alaska, that all went away for some strange reason. They turned the stars off, but we're back. So everybody, you can leave stars if you want. I hope you can. And let us know if you can. Facebook's back full speed. No restrictions. So if you like watching us on Facebook, that's great. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever you like to watch the podcast, I'm happy to have you on here. And I'm very, very thankful for all of your stars that you give. Or what were you saying, Justin? There's gifts available too?
Yeah, so there's gifts and stars. So you could do either one. If you're on your phone on Facebook, on the bottom where it says write a comment, just to the left of it, there's a star emblem. If you click on that star emblem, you have different things that you can give on that. But then there's also a, next to the star emblem, there's like a flower looking thing. You can do that as well. So it's really cool.
Send Dave some plumerias.
What?
Send you some flowers, buddy.
Yeah, flowers, money, gold. Gold bars work good. We take anything. We appreciate everything.
So those of you that are on Facebook right now, you'll see I'm sending stars. I'm clicking the flower button. So you can send stars that way, or you can send gifts by the star. It's really weird how they have it set up. But you can send a gift by clicking on the star, or you can send stars by clicking on the flower.
Okay.
Either one, click on it. You'll see me clicking on it right now. That's how it works.
Nice. Thank you, Justin, for summing that up for everybody. And Tim Ogilvy. What about hats? Tim's, hey, I want to show you something, Al. Because of you, Tim Ogilvy's kids are out there catching. I don't see you, Brian. I don't see you.
They're catching hats.
I don't. You need to enter the studio. I sent you the invite link already. I'm sorry, guys. I'm doing 3 things at one time. I'm trying to figure out what Tim Ogilvy's talking about hats, trying to figure out how to send stars, and then I got Brian from Promar. You told me you were all ready, booger eater. I told you to go on here with me. You said you had it. Now what? Come on. Don't be eating your boogers on the side of the show there. What do you mean by hats, Tim? What's going on with the hats? Don't understand. Got to break this down. But let me show you Tim Ogilvy's son. He's got twins, but one of them doesn't want to get a picture. So we got the other one here. And this is all inspired by Captain Al Clowers. Once these 2 guys got their driver's license, Al, Tim said he can't keep them out of the Back Bay. These guys had a great week. Check it out. Nice shovel nose right there. And then we got, what do we got here? What do we got? We got a halibut. We got a spotty. Just having fun in the Back Bay. Another halibut. On their kayaks. They just love it, Al.
Oh, yeah.
What a great thing you've opened up to so many people. And then
thank goodness they got their driver's license and wanted to drive, because most kids nowadays don't even want to do that.
Yeah, that's the craziest thing.
We're on the right track. Good job.
The fishing kids do, though. They want to jump in there and go fishing.
Yeah.
Those shovel nose, there's 6-foot shovel nose back there. Those things will tow them around in that kayak for a little while. Wait till they hook one of them 100-pound batteries. That'd be a hoot. They get towed all the way to the restaurant.
Absolutely. So a lot of people are wondering, Justin, how are you feeling? We watched you live the other night out there hoop netting. What a great show. Lisa, she puts on a hell of a show, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. I was talking to Lisa about being a charter master, so she should definitely do that. Yeah, we had fun out there. I'm feeling like I got stampeded by all the people on the 101 freeway. So that's how I feel.
Oh, my God.
I'm getting better a little tiny bit, but that's about it. And yeah, last weekend when we were out there, the part that no one's seen is we went fishing first because the kids that were on the boat have never caught a fish in their life. And I wanted to break them in the right way. So we went over to Dave's secret little honey hole. And we got about 19 halibut.
Oh, cool.
Crazy. And they were all shorts, but it was still fun. They got to reel them in and have a lot of fun doing that. Every single drop was a halibut. Every single drop.
Isn't that amazing?
And we were anchored too. We were anchored just every single. And we didn't even use live bait. We used squid strips.
It's just amazing in there. I love that little spot. I'm glad it's still happening.
Right. We didn't use squid strips. I take that back. I had frozen anchovies from when I got them at the bait barge in my freezer. And I thought, why not just get out the anchovies? I remember now. So I thought, why not let's get out the anchovies? I'm going to pin one on a hook and drop it down there. And immediately halibut. And I was like, oh, let's do another one. So we dropped it back down there, halibut. Didn't have to chum, didn't have to do anything. We just started catching one after another after another.
There he is.
Yo,
How's it going, guys?
Woohoo! Live from the Promar warehouse. There he is.
Yes, sir.
Recovering from the big show, huh?
Yeah, really big show.
Nice. I just want to let you know we got you on here, but go back to what you're saying, Justin. I'm sorry. I just want Brian to know we got him.
Sorry, Brian. I couldn't make it out there. I was like sick as hell.
No, you're good. You didn't miss too much.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, we caught like 19 halibut, and then we went on to catch lobsters, and we pulled up I think over 100 lobsters, and we got 14 keepers for the night. So that's cool. A lot of fun. The biggest thing of all was the kids had a blast. So,
a lot of action.
Yeah, a lot of action.
And you know what? The thing is, Justin said that spot is notoriously good for shorts. If you want to see color in your hoop net, that place is the place. And then I had no idea that it would be that many halibut. Usually we go in there at the end of the War Heroes to catch our halibut, to win the halibut division of the War Heroes. But I told Justin, go in there and just try it, because it was a different type of a trip. Talk about how that trip went down, Justin. You had to do something different. You had to pick up your people over at Catalina.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, we picked up the group over at Catalina off of the Green Pier. And they actually own a house out in Catalina, a really nice one. And we took them out yonder to go and catch fish and lobsters. But my seriously number one thing though was to make sure those kids had fun. And as soon as they said, we've never caught a fish before, and I was like, wait, you never went to a lake or anything? They're like, no, we never even put a rod in the water. I'm like, well, we're gonna have to change that right now.
Stay here for 1 second, everybody. For some reason, I'm getting a bunch of messages saying the show's frozen up. They can hear us, but they can't see us. Stay with me. Let me try something real quick, but don't anybody leave, because nothing's going to change.
All right.
Oh yeah, you're frozen.
So the harbor's been picking up a lot, huh, Justin?
Yeah, don't mention any spots we're live right now.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I know. I just been hearing that the harbor's starting to pick up. It was what a lot of people were talking about now. So
Yeah, the harbor's picking up.
I don't know. Go ahead, Justin. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, the harbor is picking up a lot. Don't believe some of the people that you see that are saying they're getting limits, because it's not true. Those are just older pictures. If you look back, so it's still frozen, Dave.
Oh, good.
It's
Yay.
picking up pretty bad.
Yeah.
You're not even on the screen anymore.
Wow. Cool.
You are
How
right
fun.
here. You are right here with us, but you're not on
What
here.
about YouTube? Wow.
Yes.
It's frozen on YouTube too?
No, it's trying to go through. It's trying to go through right now.
Okay, well, we're doing everything we can. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying. It's frozen on YouTube too. Woo!
Well, I mean,
The voice, the letters of the voice is going through, but the pictures are frozen.
Nice.
I noticed this the other day when you were alive, that when you would talk, your voice wouldn't come through for like 5 or 10 seconds. So you would be like this. Hey, how you doing?
Wonderful. Yay. Is the voice any better now? Hello, hello, hello. Can you guys hear me? Anybody?
Here, I'll let you listen.
I'm trying. It's frozen on YouTube too.
It's clear. The audio is clear. There's just no it's the picture's frozen.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like flashing here and there. It's kind of weird. Really weird.
Unbelievable. I don't know what to do.
How's your reception?
What? I reset the whole thing and it didn't fix a thing. Can you hear me, Brian?
Yeah, I can hear you. Everything sounds clear on my end. So.
Everyone watching can hear.
Okay, well, we'll just keep going. You can listen. It's like just listen to the podcast. There's nothing we can do about it. I don't know.
I have it on Facebook right here, and I can't hear nothing but the captions. You can see the caption moving, but you can't hear the voice.
Lordy, lordy, lordy. This has to be the Restream company, because everything looks good on my end. I got all bars. I got everything. Everything's good. I don't know. Audio is fine, but video is frozen. Oh, we're just going to talk. We're just going to do our thing.
Yeah,
so,
audio is fine on YouTube also.
All right. There's nothing I can do about it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll just have to try it again tomorrow. But if you want to listen, listen. So back to what you were saying, Justin. Do you remember where we were at?
We were just talking about how I picked up the group on the pier.
Right.
Took out the group to go fishing and catch their first fish. There's actually quite a few people on the boat that it was their first fish. And then we caught a whole bunch of lobsters. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, that sounds like a great trip.
And holy cow, I'll tell you what. On the way back, holy crap, I don't know what happened, but the boat was rocking. It had to have been 5 to 6 foot swells in like 6 seconds. We were pitching sideways. Because you know where I was, Dave, heading back in that direction. The swell was hitting us directly sideways, and we were pitching.
Oh, yeah. Well, you're normally coming from the West End area where you like to fish up there. So you're at a different angle. You're getting hit broadside the whole way home.
Yeah.
That's why we don't like to fish down east. When it's time to come home, it sucks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the depth of water, in case anyone was wondering what I was catching the halibut in, it was like 45 feet or 40 feet, right around there.
Wonderful. So, Brian, Promar's got a lot of stuff coming up. We got the PCS show coming. Justin and Al use your products extensively. Captain Al Clowers is dying for that net so he can start catching all that jack schmelt and stuff down there. Now, the big problem is when I came up to Southern California to pick up Kelly's couch, somehow the box that you sent him with the net in it ended up here. So I have it underneath my bed right now, but can you send Captain Al another net?
Yeah, I'll take care of you, Al. It's been with the recent show that we just had, it's been a little hectic here, but I have a couple weeks here where I'll be in the office, so I'll be able to take care of a few things. And I know, Justin, I got to take care of you with some items as well. I'm sure Pablo needs some stuff, so I'll get you guys all taken care of here soon. But yeah, we have a lot of exciting new things. We're working on a lot of new products. It's it's going to be an exciting year here at Promar, and we're even prepping for next year where there's going to be some big changes that you guys are going to be seeing with some of the products that you use on a daily basis, in a positive way, of course. So,
and everybody can, since you can't see, I don't know why we're frozen, but we're frozen. Since you can't see, we got a 15% discount code. If you put in the YSWG and the number 22, you're going to save 15% on all the Promar products. You see them on Justin's boat during the live shows. The thing you see the most is the gloves. And you got plenty of those gloves there, right, Brian?
yeah, we got plenty of gloves, and we got different types. It's funny, I had a couple of Saltwater Guide members stop by the booth, and I showed them a couple of the items that they haven't seen before. We have these thicker gloves that have like a fur, almost synthetic fur in them. And those things are great if you got cold hands right now when the weather's starting to drop and the water's real cold. Those things will keep you toasty all night. And they got some great grip on them too. So if you're pooling, you'll have a good time with those.
And then those pink gloves and the blue gloves.
Yeah. Yeah, those are classic.
Justin's son Ryland did an experiment with his mom last year, which was pretty cool because she was trying to pull the thing without the gloves on. Ryland's all, let me show you, Mom, because the rubber on them allows you to grip that rope. So our line, what are we calling it today? Rope or line, gang? Because I don't want to offend any of you.
We'll call it string, yeah.
No,
it hurts. It hurts. I'm always the guy who forgets to put gloves on, and I start pulling, and my hands end up raw by the end of the night. If I had those gloves on, those things really save you, and they help you. They help you pull because the grip allows it to not slip. When that poly rope starts to get a little bit of moisture on it, you need that extra grip.
Exactly.
Absolutely. And when you're old like me, man, my hands get freezing. I try not to grab the ropes, but those ones with the fur in them sound like they're money.
Yeah, no, those are great. Those are super comfortable. Great for pulling. They don't have the best dexterity, but if you're just pulling and you're trying to keep your hands warm, they are perfect.
Right.
A lot of people who work
make
in
sure you don't get them wet.
Yeah, as long as you don't get them wet on the inside, you're fine. But a lot of guys who work, like some of the people that we work with out in San Diego that own like the fish cutting plants, like they use those gloves all day because they're super thick, so you got that good protection on them too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'll get some out to you guys for sure.
Hey Brian, are you going this Saturday?
I'm not sure. I told Renee I wasn't sure if I was gonna go. I think he already has 4 people. I was gonna hit you up and see if you wanted me to hop on board, but I'd just be filming for the most part, get some content.
No,
We want you on the boat.
Yes, you got to come.
Yeah, I'll swing by. Are we going to be going to the harbor, or are we going to go to Catalina? What's the plan?
We'll discuss that when we're not on here.
All right. Sounds good.
Well, remember, Brian gets scared when he can't see land.
Oh, yeah. We'll stay local, Brian.
All right.
We don't want Brian to get scared.
No.
Hey, Brian, do me a favor. Talk about last year. Last year was such a great PCS show because Brian did something. He listened to Justin Boat. You were like a little kid when you came running up to tell me what had happened that day. Talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, no, last year, it was such a crazy experience. I had talked to Justin the day before. I talked to, everybody there, and I made sure I listened to the game plans, and I went out the morning before, I think the Saturday of PCS, and I caught my PB halibut 30-pounder, and it was crazy, man. I did exactly what Justin told me to do. Went to the spots that he told me to go to, dropped down within like 30 minutes. We had 2 halibut on board, one 30-pounder and one about like 15, 17 pounds. And that was right before the PCS show, so we didn't have much time. It was just like, hey, you want to go out? I went with Steve, and we hit the water for a couple hours and came back with 2 huge halibut for the show. I was able to share it with everybody there, and still had a whole bunch for the rest of the year. I had halibut in my freezer.
Now, it was so cool when you showed me the pictures, and I was like, when did you do this? He goes, this morning. I'm like, come on. This morning. He goes, yeah, I did exactly what Justin told me to do. I mean, that was pretty rad. And then you backed that up with another phenomenal experience after I went fishing with Captain Al Clowers. You jumped in the car, drove to San Diego, and Ben and Steve told you, Brian, you're not going to get a bonefish. You might, maybe Al will get one, but you're not going to get one. No one catches bonefish.
They
Tell
were
everybody what happened.
Man, that was a great trip. It was so funny, man. Everybody was like, you know what? I don't think they mean bonefish. Maybe they meant to say something else, you know? Like they're few and far between out here. You're not gonna catch a whole lot. And I remember I showed up. I was like, can you get here a little bit earlier? I was like, sure. So I showed up early. We get out probably within like 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, like 10 seconds of dropping the first rod. We couldn't get a second rod in the water. There was one on. And we were chasing them around, and those things fight hard, man. They fight real hard, especially on that light gear. So much fun. Some of the most fun I've ever had fishing, for sure. We caught upwards of 30 that day. Plus, we got leopard sharks, hound sharks, spotties, rays. We got everything. Guitar heads. I got my PB guitar head, my PB ray. I got a ton of bonefish. It was so much fun. Crazy experience. Definitely fishing with Al was one of those I'm never going to forget, for sure.
Kind of like you went hoop netting with Justin the first time, huh?
Man, when I went, it's funny because I go hoop netting and I'm always like, man, it's just not the same. You know, I'm so used to seeing hoop nets filled with legals, and it's crazy.
And what we're trying to do, gang, is let you all understand. Brian works with Promar Ahi USA. They've been a sponsor of your saltwater guide since Kelly caught the world record lobster. And then Brian came on with them about 3 years ago, and it's been a whirlwind experience for you because you got hooked up with me and my guys, huh? It's just taking your fishing to a whole different level, right?
It's changed. You know, I talked to my dad, who was the person who got me into fishing, and he just hears these experiences and he's like, oh my God, he gets jealous. It's crazy. It's different, you know. It's been a blessing, honestly, to work with you guys.
So tell everybody what happened the first time, because we kind of skipped over, but the first time you went hooping, you were out there to film with Justin, and that was just an unbelievable experience, right?
Yeah, it was so funny because I had gone a couple times with some of the guys here from Promar. We got a limit. We got like 7. And you know, they were like, this is just how it is. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. You know, they're like, sometimes you get a ton, sometimes you get a little. It's just, you never know. I went with Justin every single time I've gone with Justin. I mean, knock on wood, right? But limits, and it's crazy seeing that there's just that many lobster out there, you know, and it's about knowing the spots and listening to Justin and Dave and Pablo, and finding out where you can really you got to know where to go, and that's honestly the most important thing.
And you got to go with me and Amir that night too, didn't you?
Oh, that was fun. That was crazy. Seeing you put the octopus in your mouth, I was like, oh man, Dave's crazy, dude. Then he bit the anchovy in half. I was like, that was funny, man. That was funny. Amir was super cool, and I was like, it was just a fun experience.
Yeah, we had a blast with you on the boat. And what I'm trying to let everybody out there know is these game plans, this fishing that we're talking about, this is what you get when you listen to Justin explain to you where to fish on Thursdays during the game plans. And then you go and you execute, you do what he says. What?
You forgot one thing.
What'd you forgot? Oh, and Marlin? Did you catch
that Marlin? That infamous 4-hour Marlin fight, dude. That was fun, man. Still the biggest fish I've ever seen in person. That thing was huge. Beautiful fish. It was such an experience, especially seeing Justin maneuver the boat. It's not all about, you really gotta know what you're doing when you go out there, and it's amazing.
Talk about that. What happened? I don't even know.
The best.
Yeah, learn from the best. Yeah, we went out there with Justin, and we were supposed to be heading out for bluefin, and I believe we dropped down we were trolling something far back, and we passed by a patty, and I remember we as soon as we pulled up to the patty, we slowed down a little bit to see if there was any bait under. I know Justin metered some bait, and we kept driving past it, and all of a sudden just starts ripping line, and we're like, oh man, did we snag the patty or something? Like, what happened? And then no, you look forward, and all of a sudden, patties don't run that long. So it was super fun. We ended up fighting it for about 4 hours. Justin was up there maneuvering the boat. Like, making sure that we were on top of it always, making sure we weren't going to be losing it. And it was a crazy, crazy experience to see that thing light up in the water. I didn't know that they lit up like that. Like the colors on it were beautiful and the fight was insane. I remember pulling on that thing and I was like, dude, this thing's heavy, like super, super heavy. That's, 2024 is a hard year to beat for myself for fishing. I got to have a lot of really, really insane experiences. So this year I really got to go out there and experience some new stuff, and it's going to be really hard to beat. So,
were you on that bluefin trip with us?
The one with Steve where you guys got all of them?
Yeah.
No, I unfortunately wasn't. I was supposed to go, and I don't know what happened. I think they were like, "Oh, you can stay back if you want," and I was like, "Yeah, I don't want to leave the office all alone," And
caught him like
as soon as Steve came back and he was like, "Yeah, we haven't caught much. We got a couple bonitos. They're pretty big," and he sent them in. I was like, "These huge bluefin, dude. It was crazy."
Is it still frozen, guys? Is it show still frozen?
Yeah.
Yep, still frozen. All right.
Okay. I'm watching it right here.
There's no reason to put up the QR code because we can't see it today for some reason. I don't know why it's still frozen, but it is. But hopefully you're having fun listening along, and you can put in the code when you're at the checkout counter to check out from Promar Ahi USA.com. You put in the code YSWG and the number 22, and they're going to save how much, Brian?
They're going to save 15%. That is the most that we do with anybody. And, working with your saltwater guide, there's always plenty of perks. We offer a 1-year warranty, and we really respect that. And definitely want to keep working with Dave, and he offers the best discount. That's all I can really say.
Thank you so much for Promar for allowing that to happen. And those of you that are out there listening today, sitting on the fence going, I don't know if it's worth it to jump in with Dave and be a sponsor. If you got anything, if you have cars, if you got a boat, if you got a house, if you got a roof, if you got carpet, if whatever you have, my members need. And Promar here's the difference between Promar and most of the companies in the fishing world. Promar understands social media like nobody's business. Promar has Mondays and Tuesdays on the podcast, and they have the live shows every time we go live fishing. That is how committed Promar is to making sure that all of the people that watch us get the best discount you could possibly get. And when you're watching the shows, gang, you're seeing all the Promar products. Like when Justin introduced the Iara jig, which Al is dying to use, but I accidentally took those with me in the couch too. The Iara jig, Justin was just standing on the dock the first day he tied it on live on the dock during a podcast, Brian, and he just went to see if it would work, dropped it in the water, wham! What'd you catch? Yellowfin croaker?
Yeah. One
right at the dock on the Iara jig. It was absolutely incredible.
Yeah, they get bit. They're super, super fishy lures, man. They get bit like crazy. We've used them and caught sand bass, calicos. Had a couple guys take them out to Mexico, and they caught yellowtail on them and grouper and everything on it. They are super fishy, and they are super solid like jigs. And we're coming out with some new sizes this year too, so that's something to look forward to. They should be here by June, July. So
yeah, I'm excited to go wind those things around the bay.
No, I imagine those things would kill it in the bay.
Right.
We just had a question come through, guys. I'm not trying to embarrass you, Bobby. I'm kind of yeah. Sea level, whatever the level is of the ocean, that is the level of the sea. Sea level is sea level. I don't even know how to answer the question except to answer it that way. Gang, we can still see your comments.
I'll answer another question here. It was kind of a question. Brent, is Santa Barbara Island to the east? Nope, it's not in Arizona.
Nope, it's to the west.
West.
It's to the west. And the thing about Santa Barbara Island, I'm just going to throw it out there. First of all, the MPA is closed 90% of the island. There is a very, very small area of the island that's open. And if you go over there, there's 8 million commercial lobster traps in that little wedge that you can actually fish in. What we try to teach all our members at Your Saltwater, you can drop your hoop nets anywhere you want. You can dive for lobsters anywhere you want. But what I've tried to teach all our members and anybody that listens to me, why would you ever want to fish where the commercial guys get to fish? You get to fish for lobsters anywhere you want. Yeah, exactly. You can fish for lobsters wherever you want, but the front side of Catalina, that's only for recreational divers and recreational fishermen. The Santa Monica Bay, only for recreational divers and recreational fishermen. LA, San Diego, Dana Point, the outside of the harbor, that break wall, they can't get within 300 yards of it. So that's all for recreational. So whenever I see people dropping their hoop nets where the commercial guys get to fish or diving where the commercial guys get to fish, it blows my mind. First of all, because I already know they have no game plan. They're just going because they see the commercial traps. Now, Brett, I know you're a world-class diver. I've only been diving since I was 14, so I don't know as much about it as you do. I'm only 63. But when I get to go in areas that aren't commercially fished, it is like magical there. Like if you got to go dive the break wall at LA Harbor, you would go, you got to be kidding. The antennas that are sticking out of those rocks will blow your mind. You're not going to get them. They're not dumb. Once in a while, you'll trick one of those 15-pounders to come out of the rocks. And I know the Cortez Bank is really cool, but if you think about it, Cortez Bank, 100 miles one way.
For 7.
One way. And you can only have 7 lobsters. If it's the greatest night of diving in your life, you can have 7. So I don't know. There's some really magical places that are way better than the places where the commercial guys get to fish. Yep. Promar's in the house. Lisa, there she is. She represents you so good, Brian. You watch her.
I know. It's funny, man. She came down when she won. She came down here. She was super fun to talk to. She's super lively, and it's always fun to see her on the show. I always tune in. I'm like, oh, there's Lisa, and she's always making the show a little bit more fun.
Yeah, she does. Hey, speaking of the contest, who won the contest yesterday?
Yeah, so we have a video coming out today to announce it. It's funny because we pulled the winner, right? And so we have the video coming out to announce it, and I had just talked to the winner yesterday, and he was like, so who won? And I was like, well, I can't say, but there's a reason I know your name. And it is a YSWG member. It was
No
funny 'cause
way.
he stopped
How
by.
weird
He
is
was asking
that?
a bunch of questions.
How weird is that?
It's really funny
Yeah.
because right now the video, sorry to interrupt. The video is like glitching. So if we do funny faces, it's stopping. And it just stays on there.
Come on, Al, get involved, buddy. Wake up over there. No.
I don't know. Go ahead. So what about the winner?
So the contest.
Yeah, so the winner is going to get announced today, but he'll know who won because, like I said, I was talking to him yesterday at the show, and it was really funny because he was like, "So who's the winner? Who won? Did you guys already pick?" And I was like, "Yes, we did already pick. We have a video coming out on Monday." And he goes, "Oh, okay." And I was like, "I'm not going to tell you who it is, but it's really funny that you came by the booth because there's a reason that I know your name." I don't think he caught on at the moment, but I think he'll know.
Nice. So, yeah, Lisa.
It's another person who I'm really happy because that you guys, the YSWG community has been showing up for that like crazy. You guys are blasting it. Lisa's been doing amazing on it. She won already, and she's been posting like crazy. Everybody's been posting like crazy. So all of the entries are in. Every single one is getting accounted for, and we're making sure that you guys have the opportunity to get $500. And if you guys are wearing YSWG merch, which in this instance they are, they get an extra $50, and that's not something that we're doing with anybody else. So it pays off to grab your shirts and grab your hats and all that gear and get out on the water and listen to Dave and Justin and everyone else. So
talk about this contest. There's people that are like, what are you talking about?
Hey, what they win?
Season. Go ahead, Al.
Yeah, so we have a contest. It's called Ambush the Season, and pretty much all you got to be doing is using Promar gear, and you want to get out on the water, take a picture with your lobsters. You know, initially it started out, we were saying like you got to take pictures with the lobsters in the hoops. As long as you're taking pictures with the lobster and you have Promar gear somewhere in there, then we're gonna go ahead and count it for you. And if you're wearing if you're wearing a YSWG shirt or any kind of merch, you get an extra $50 in credit, right? So we're giving you guys $500 in credit to our website. You guys can go ahead and pick whatever it is you want. We've had people grab gaffs. We've had people pick up hoop nets, gloves, shirts, sweaters, whatever it is that you want. You have $500, and again, you have another $50 on top of that if you're wearing any YSWG merch or a shirt. Hat, shirt, obviously is going to be a lot easier to point out in a picture. But it's a super easy contest for you guys to enter. You guys are going out there anyways. You might as well just take a couple photos and use hashtag Promar24. And if you tag your local tackle shop that you guys go to, you guys get an extra entry in the contest as well. Yeah.
How
Yeah,
wonderful is that?
That's rad.
Yeah, and Jason, people have used that Iara jig in the surf. Out in Florida, a lot of people use those from the surf, and they're catching snook, they're catching redfish. Out here, I've taken them out. I've caught, surf perch and stuff like that. I took them out to the jetties, and I'm catching spotties and sand bass and everything else. They use them. They use them pretty much everywhere. You're gonna get bit.
Yeah, I see that Gilbert using them all the time in his kayak, fishing underneath.
Yeah, you can use them in your kayak, the boat. That's the great thing about those cars is they're super versatile. You can use them pretty much anywhere, anywhere that there's water. You know, like we have a size for every single application, and we're coming out with We're coming out with a few more sizes. We've even had some people using them in the freshwater, catching striper with them. So that's pretty cool. We've gotten a lot of photos of that lately. People sending us like pictures like, hey dude, like these cars are working. I'm over here at Castaic or whatever, and I'm catching stripers on them. So
Now, those things will totally work in the freshwater. They're like a rattle trap, freshwater rattle.
yeah, if you cast it out and you swim it back, they have a really nice action. Or like those stripers when they're sitting low, or the largemouth bass when they're sitting low and the water's cold and they're at the bottom. You want to jig them a little bit, and they'll get bit. They'll get bit. They flutter down real nice and soft and slow, and it really entices those fish to bite.
Oh yeah, you lift the rod tip up really fast, let it fall, rip
Yeah.
it. There's been a lot of money won in the last month on rattle traps in the lakes. There's no reason why those things won't work in the lakes.
They do. They get bit.
largemouth.
Yeah, my buddy Dave Burris just posted they work for trout too. He's catching trout on them, so there's really.
I'm not surprised. Those 21 grams are real small. We're coming out with a 15 gram this year as well, so that's something to look forward to. We already got samples here in the office, and we've been messing around with them, and they're great. They're really tiny, super tiny. You wouldn't think that there's that big of a difference from 21 to 15, but there is, just because of the way that the weight is distributed.
Right.
Well, good. Keep doing what you're doing there, Seawolf, because you got a real good chance of winning. Brian loves your post. If you guys are posting, you want to post on Instagram, not on the Promar Instagram page, on your own personal page, but you got to hashtag Promar24. And then that's how Brian looks through the list. This is the guy that looks through all the stuff. He's right here. He's telling you. And there's a lot of you that are posting. Only one person gets to win every month. So just remember that.
Yeah. One winner. I believe there's 2 winners left. It's going to be this month and next month. And you really want to make sure that you guys that your accounts are open. So the one thing I've noticed is like a lot of people are, especially at the show, and if I talk to them, they're like, yeah, I've been submitting it. I'm like, well, I haven't seen your name come across. Make sure your accounts are public, not private, because if they're private, I can't see them.
Right.
And it's just, and you want to make sure it's a post, not a story post, because I get a lot of people tagging me and putting at Promar on their stories, but I can't count the story, because at the end of the month when I'm doing the tally, the story's gone. So it has to be a post on your feed.
Yeah, the funny thing is, Brian, Al, Justin, I don't understand this. And I kind of got a lot going on social media. Why would you even post if your account's private? What I don't understand. What do you think we're going to do if we get to see your account? Why do you have an account? I don't get it. Somebody help me out. I got an account, but nobody can see it.
Those are always the ones that have something bad to say about everything.
Yeah, I was about to say the private accounts are the ones that never want to. Who are the ones that are talking the most smack underneath your posts?
Yeah.
Always have a negative thing to say.
And there's a lot of them out there too.
Yeah.
They have no idea. They're getting me. They're always trying to get me. It's so cool because just so you all know, all you haters, you're making me a fortune. So thank you. We really appreciate all the haters. I love those comments. I love them. They
drive engagement.
Yeah, they drive the algorithm. You're going to get me. Oh, boy. Listen, people have been trying to get me for a very, very long time. As a matter of fact, this year at the PCS show, we're going to have an envelope at the will call, and it's going to say, "You're Saltwater Guide hater." And if you show up and you get a free ticket, and then I'm going to bring you up on stage, and you can tell everybody in front of everybody how much you hate me. I love the guys that watch all my videos, and they watch them all, Brian, and they want to tell me how much they hate them.
It's going to have a big rainbow hat in it for you.
There you go.
Rainbow mullet hat.
Show.
And then you know what's going to be fun, Brian? At the show, anybody that shows up at the show wearing any of our swag, any of the Your Saltwater Guide swag, they're going to get either a free Promar hat or a Deckhand Sports hat or an Okuma hat. All my sponsors are jumping in to make sure. So when you swing by here's what's really fun, gang. I know the video's frozen, but you can see his face. Brian's going to be in the Promar booth. You're going to swing by him. He's going to see your clothes. He's going to go swing by Dave's booth, get some of our free stuff over there. All of our sponsors understand social media. They're all involved. Nothing better than walking around with Your Saltwater Guide shirt on and a brand new Promar hat, right?
Yeah. No, we saw a couple people at the show recently, and just because they were wearing a Your Saltwater Guide shirt, I was like, "Here, take this hat, man." Like, as long as you're rocking the swag and we know that you guys are supporting Dave, then we'll support you guys. We'll give you guys a free hat, a free shirt, whatever it is that I'm able to at the time. So
you
always taking care of you guys.
You saw a couple people at the show, and they were both wearing Your Saltwater Guide.
Yeah. There was an older gentleman. He was talking to Renee. Renee was helping us at the show, and he had a Your Saltwater Guide shirt on, so we gave him a hat and some samples of the GT4 line and some other stuff.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool.
And look at, now that we're frozen and no one else can see this, look how cute this little sucker is.
Oh, look at the puppy.
Oh my God, he's so tiny.
Look at him.
There you go, Brian. You need one of those.
I do. I just bought a cat, though.
You bought a cat? I got 5 cats I'll give you right now.
Look at him. He has a flat face.
What kind of dogs are those, Justin?
English bulldogs.
Oh my God, those things are adorable.
Are they like a mid-size or a big size or small size?
Like a mid. I'll show you the dad. The dad's the biggest one. I'll have him in here in a minute. Let me go put this one back.
Yeah, the Your Saltwater Guide thong, Lisa, I think would fit Brett perfect. I'll even help him put it on.
Hey, Brian, how's the sales of the new Ghost Shrimp pumps going?
They've been moving. It was funny. We had a lot of people stop by the show, and they were super interested in it. Definitely that video you made for us has had a lot of people reach out to us. I think a couple of landings and some stores saw that video, and they even reached out to us and were like, "Hey, we saw this. How do we get it?" And I was like, "Oh, perfect." So Steve took care of them.
Perfect. Right on.
No, that video is spectacular. Al, you did such a good job.
Yeah, he's just walking along, picking them up and picking them out. It's great.
Him and his daughter. His daughter was such a star on that. There's the mama, huh?
No, it's a dad.
Oh, hey, Dad.
He's the big one. Well, he's not that big, but hi.
Is he proud of his kids?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Does he want to eat them?
Oh, gosh. Hi.
He wants to make more, Dave.
Ryland's he loves Ryland. Woo-wee. Calm down.
How about that Ryland winning that award again? The kid is incredible. I love those sunglasses he's wearing in that video. Did you see that, Brian?
Which video was that?
You were frozen.
Justin posted a video of Ryland going up on stage to get his
no, come here. We're frozen. No one can see.
What was that award? I want to say the right word.
What award did you get? Student of the Month.
Student of the Month.
Oh wow. No, I haven't seen that. Congrats.
And his blade sunglasses, dude. He looks so cool.
Ryland's funny.
He is. He's hilarious. I love his accent too. He's got the coolest accent for a kid from California.
I don't know where you get it from. What are you doing, Moose? Hey.
If you haven't seen Ryland, gang, he's over on Your Saltwater Guide. He's got his own section over there, Ryland's Corner, which is perfect for children. You check it out. Plus, Ryland and I will be doing our mullet contest at the PCS show. We're going to be
entering, dude.
We're going to be right outside the Promar booth on stage out there. It's going to be absolutely incredible. When you see the mullet contest going on Saturday, people are going to be running from everywhere because of the roar of the crowd. They're not going to believe what's going on. It's going to be hilarious.
Last year was super funny, man. It was more of a comedy show watching you guys on stage, man.
Well, this year we got the stage for an hour and a half each day. We're going to do a half an hour of Dave's stand-up and then a half an hour asking Al and Pablo and Justin and Bill questions. But I'm going to do 45 minutes of my normal that I haven't done for a while. So I'm getting all wound up, getting ready. So if you want to laugh and you want to have fun, we're going to do that. And then if you want to learn, it's amazing that you're going to learn stuff while you're laughing your butt off, but we'll do our very best to entertain you like we do every year. But yeah, last year was pretty fun. Justin and I and Pablo and Al just cutting it up with all the people. It was a blast. We had a really good time.
And there was a big audience too. A lot of people, a lot of love.
Yeah, no, every seat was full. I remember there was people standing around too. It was a fun time.
Right.
Yeah, it's something. I don't know. Maybe it's the 30 million views a month we get brings the people out.
It couldn't be that.
Social media. No one pays attention.
Yeah,
it's pretty funny though, Brian, when you're talking about people seeing Al's ghost shrimp pump video. And you're like, well, wait a minute. You told me yesterday you don't watch Dave. What do you mean you saw the video?
It's so funny because there's a lot of exclusive videos that you guys do for us. And it's always crazy to me when people are like, even people across the country, I get calls, I handle a lot of the customer service calls that come through and they're like, yeah, I saw a video online. And I'm like, oh yeah, that must have been, Dave's been. They're like, oh, I don't know. It's something about a saltwater guide. And they're in the middle of nowhere, they're in New Jersey or they're in Idaho or something. They're asking me questions about a landing net or something. It's always funny to see, how widespread your saltwater guide really is.
It's pretty amazing to me and Kelly also. We're blown away. And I'm super happy to have Justin and Captain Al and Pablo and Sonny and Bill Varney all as a part of this. It's just making it explode. Just the growth. Elliot and I, Elliot posted something a couple months ago showing that we had 600% growth in 2024. 600% growth. That's pretty good.
That's all right, I guess, if you like growth.
Yeah. And if you like to sell stuff, Promar sold a couple things last year, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit, No, you guys killed it for us, man. You guys and the community, is just so wonderful too. It's great because a lot of the people who work with you, like I said, I deal with a lot of the customer service calls. So if you guys ever have issues with anything, please reach out. Let me know. We take care of you guys. And I try to reach out on behalf of Promar when I see these issues. But it's like the community, whenever it's a Your Saltwater Guide member, always so friendly, always so nice. I never have to deal with anybody that's super hard-headed, which is always good.
Right, and there's quite a few of them out there in the general public. I'm sure you guys get those calls too, right?
Oh yeah, there's a couple of calls where I'm like, oh, I can't help you, like it's funny, dude.
When you're starting out the conversation, just mad at the whole world. I mean, there's not much.
Yeah, I've had a few people yell at me, cuss me out, and tell me they're gonna drive down and beat me up, and I'm like, hey, dude, you can show up. I have nothing to say,
Yeah, well, that's why I got Justin and Al hanging out with me in the booth, because a lot of people are coming to kick my app.
What, Dave upsetting people? That's unheard of.
I think last year someone called either Dave or Promar or something and complained saying I was hoop netting in an area I wasn't allowed to, and they're calling the police on me and so on and so on as I'm getting pulled over by the police. And they're like, okay, have a good day.
Oh, it's so fun.
It's just people get so upset because you guys are putting out the information that nobody else wants to share.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. It's pretty wild. And all the stuff that when they see, here's what's really crazy, gang, as I was thinking about this. When Captain Al and Captain Justin made those videos about the descending device, Promar, literally every single person in the store at Promar was making descending devices for like 2 weeks.
We had every single person hands-on involved with that. That was so funny when those, because it was just like orders kept rolling in 10 at a time, 3 at a time, 2 at a time, packs and packs and packs. And we saw them 2 in a pack. So that was funny. We had like our admins working on it. I was working on it. Steve was working on it. Ben was even working on it. Our warehouse was working on them, trying to get them pumped out as fast as we could. So we finally got a manufacture. We're starting to manufacture them en masse. So if you guys want more, those are always great to have. And rockfish season's coming up pretty soon too. So,
and we will promote the crap out of those and the rock cod squirts. Those are 2 items that you have to have. Justin and Al talk about it all the time. Those rock cod squirts are a must have on the boat always.
There's going to be three things I'm going to promote big time this upcoming rockfish season, and it's going to be the descending device, obviously, because it's a law. You have to have it, and you have to have it ready. So
you have to have it rigged up, ready to go. Yeah,
we're speaking sooner than it really is right now, but so everyone's prepared. You have to have it already ready to be able to descend right now. You can't go, okay, I'm going to go inside and rig one up, because Fish and Wildlife, they'll write you the ticket. It's a really hefty fine. So you have to have it ready on a rod, ready to go. So we'll talk about it later, how I like to rig it up. But the rock cod squirts, and also the bigger Iara jig. If you drop in less than 300 feet of water, you're going to get hooked up to a big rock. No, I'm just kidding. To a big rock fish. You're going to get hooked up big time down there. And it's going to catch lingcods as well. So,
yeah, we're coming up with some larger sizes here pretty soon that'll be even better in those deeper water columns that you guys are going to be fishing. And of course, the diamond jigs. Those diamond jigs, I had a guy who stopped by and I was talking to him and he showed me a 33-pound lingcod that he picked up on our diamond jig. 33-pound lingcod, dude. That thing was huge.
That's the start of a lingcod.
Yeah. Yeah. It was insane. I saw that thing and I was like, holy cow, that thing is huge, man. It's like all head though, because those things are so awkwardly shaped.
Head and belly, some of them.
Yeah, yeah. They'll have a whole thing. And he ended up, I think he also picked up like another really big Mexican rockfish too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Now those releases they're money. They're really lightweight. They're easy to handle. They're easy to store on a rod. It's all good. 10 stars on those bad boys.
Yep. And then remember, gang, the 13th of February, it's coming right up. We're going to have the Zoom meeting to save the sand bass. I just wanted to give us all a break on the political thing. I got a couple text messages from the industry asking me, are you talking about the sand bass thing? Well, for 2.5 months, I talked about it every single day, gang. So we're taking a day off. So I'm not letting up on. I'm just taking a day off from it. Tomorrow we'll have Michael Folks on the show. He's always going to co-host with me till the PCS show, at least. And in the history of sport fishing, a lot of that show was created around the barred sand bass. So we will talk about it tomorrow. I'm hoping that Fred Hebert will join us from the Daily Double. He's supposed to have been on the show with us today, but he had some stuff come up. He was on TV this morning. So we'll do our best. We'll always be out in front like we always are. We're on the cutting edge. I'm not taking my foot off the throttle. We're just taking the day to talk about fishing for a change instead of talking about saving fishing. So we're still involved. Everybody, don't worry. I will keep on pounding the drum to try to save fishing. But Brian, I want to thank you so much because I know you just came back from 4 days out at show site. You look a little tired. It was hard to stay awake with no one coming to the booth, huh?
Yeah, it was a bit boring, but it was it was a show, so definitely tired. But I always love coming on here. Anytime you guys are willing to have me.
Yeah,
And
it's cool.
I promise you, you won't be bored at PCS.
No, I think I'm gonna have too many things going on at PCF to be bored. It's gonna be crazy, especially with you guys. I think you guys are gonna be in the same hall as us, right?
Yes, we are. We're gonna be
so that's
right
gonna be
there,
hectic.
buddy. And Justin and Al will be with me at the show. It's the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th at the Orange County Fairgrounds. We're going to throw, well, there's no reason to throw any. I don't even know why I threw that up on the screen. You can't see anything we're doing anyway. What's wrong with me, Justin?
Hold on, I was reading Tim's thing.
Yeah, Tim, send me an email. You can send it to Brian, BRIANS at AmericanMaple.com. Send me an email and I'll take care of you on those if you have issues with them. If by chance you still have them, you can send me a couple pictures and make it a little bit easier. But if not, just send me that email and I'll take care of you for that.
And you got to remember, guys, they're pumping out thousands and thousands and thousands of those a week. And stuff happens. You got to remember, look at the workforce right now. People don't want to work anymore. They want to look for somebody to sue. So they're sucking their thumb. And if there's a problem, like Brian told you guys, all you got to do is call him. He's going to stand behind the product. He'll make it right. If you lost a monster fish, you can't get that fish back no matter what.
No, I think Brian said he'll dive down there and go and get it.
No, that's what we got Brett for. Brett's going to go
down there
and look for big giant fish with squid squirts sticking out of their mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, and that being said, if you guys are looking for a job, or if you have, a nephew, a niece, a cousin, somebody who needs a job, we are hiring, and we are trying to hire ASAP, hopefully before the PCS show. Tell them to send me an email, info@promarahi.com, and I'll take care of you guys and get you guys all the information for that as well.
Hey, on that, what about 16-year-olds, 16 to 18-year-olds? Can you guys hire those?
I mean, if they're willing to come into the office 5 days a week. No, definitely. Probably would prefer them to be 18 at least, so that way they don't have any school obligations.
Right.
School comes first, obviously, and then have them reach out to me. It is an in-office position. We're based in Gardena, so definitely let us know if you guys are interested, or you guys have grandkids that are interested and want to be part of that fishing community. You guys get to work with Dave. You guys get to interact with everybody here, and it's always fun. The fishing community is fun, man. It's been one of the most welcoming, nicest communities I've worked with in a really long time. I came from a completely different background, and this has been just amazing to work here, especially with Dave and Justin and Pablo and Al and everybody. And
gang, I'm reading the comments and I'm getting comments on my phone. There is not a better customer service than the people that work with your saltwater guide. When you call Brian answers the phone. He's going to make sure that he takes care of whatever it is. And Tim, what's cool about it, you tell him, hey, 2 of the hooks came untied. That's all you have to tell him. He's going to send you 2 brand new ones straight out to your address. You don't have to come into the warehouse and show them the knots came untied. These guys understand. They know it's fishing. And
it happens,
And then Brent, we will work with Brent together, and you can go down and dive and gather all the equipment on the bottom, and we'll replace it all. I promise.
Don't tempt Brett. He will do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever find any rusted, old, broken down hoop nets, man, you bring them by. We'll take care of them.
Yeah, there you go. But just like Dave over at Deckhand Sports, he was on the show 2 weeks ago. He stands behind his product, and so many people wanted to say nothing but good things about him. And there's a lot of people talking good about you right here. It's just, we don't have anybody that doesn't stand behind their products. We really test everything before we decide to have somebody as our sponsor. Every once in a while, someone will slip through the cracks, but we pretty much take care of that. If you notice the people that aren't sponsoring us anymore, it's usually because of Elliot, Kelly, and I. We decide that we don't want those people involved with our business. But Promar's not going anywhere. They're just getting bigger and better every single day, gang. And take them up on that. If you got someone in your family that's looking for a job, there's no reason to look for a job anymore. He's right here. He wants to give you a job.
It doesn't even have to be someone in your family. It could be you.
Could be you. Could be a friend. Could be anybody, honestly.
It could be Justin's son.
Yeah. We'd love to get Rylan over here,
Room
dude.
of your house right now?
Rylan or my stepson?
Your stepson.
I got to go wake him up.
Yeah. Well, he's tired, man. He was up gaming all night, drinking Monsters.
Yeah.
Tired. Gang, I want to thank you all for watching the show today. I'm sorry about the glitch of the freezing of it. I don't know what happened. I'm sure Elliot will be able to fix it. I physically couldn't fix it, but that's just me. Everybody, thank you all. Justin, you got anything? You got any open party trips, Justin?
This sickness got the best of me.
Right.
Let me see.
All right. While you're trying to figure it out, Captain Al, you got any exploratory trips coming up? You got any charters available? You got any days? Are you booked every day?
No, I'm booked tomorrow, and then I have some exploratory trips on Thursday and Friday. $200 for 4 hours if they want to come with me while I'm out there exploring new baits and new areas and stuff like that on the Stringari. And they can give me a call at 619-800-3474 or go to my site, captainclowers.com. But on those, you need to call me or send me a message through your Saltwater Guide portal.
Yeah, there you go. Well, I'd throw the QR code up, but we're frozen. No one can see it. So write down his phone number. That's how you're going to get a hold of Captain Al today. Promar Ahi USA.com is how you're going to get 15% off all those great products over there. Tomorrow we'll be back. Maybe Brian will join us for a few minutes. Michael Folks will be on here. Hopefully Fred Hebert. That's who we're trying to get from the Daily Double. Talk more about the sand bass closures. We'll see if we can fix this.
Yeah, and that's super important. Make sure we save the sand bass, guys. It's really, really important.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we got an opportunity to make a big difference. If 30, 40,000 of us show up on that Zoom call on the 13th, that'll make them at least aware that we care.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people say they already made their decisions. Well, I'm going to hope they didn't, because a lot of people told me Orange Man would never be the president, but here we are. He's the president again, 2 times. So anything's possible, gang. So let's all stay hopeful and let's try to make a difference. Thank you all very much, Brian, Al, Justin. Did you find out if you got any open party trips?
Yeah, so the only open party trip I can do right now is going to be it's going to be next week, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. No, not Wednesday. Sorry, I take that back. Never Wednesday. Monday the 10th. Sorry.
Yeah, don't be giving Paul's days away.
No. This Wednesday I have to cancel on Paul, unfortunately. I can't even talk. Unfortunately, because of rain. But Monday the 10th, open party. And if you want to go, book it right away. Seriously, right away. I'm only taking 4 people. We'll stay local. You can give me a call or text, 951-703-9442. I should be feeling better way by then. I have multiple trips this coming week anyway, so.
And we got a lot of weather coming, gang. Looks like weather stacked up. Looks like that jet stream's dipped down. And it looks like we're going to have some weather for the next couple of months. So it's good to get out there. The end of the season's always the best. And Captain Al Clowers doing his exploratory trips for $200. My good friend Ronnie V went down there the other day and fished with you. Had time of his life. You've seen the videos with his grandkids before we froze up. It's nothing but fun fishing the back bay. And Brian loves it back there because he can see land the whole time. All right, everybody. Thank you. Adios.
See ya.
Bye, guys.